This is my story. This is my song. Praising my Savior all the day long. This is my story. Lord, this is my song. Praising my Savior all the day long. I would sing, blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine. Then I'll jump into, Lord, you are the center of my joy, Jesus. You are the center of my joy. Thank you, Lord. When I get to heaven, I'm gonna sing and shout. You're gonna look for me, and I'll be gone. You see, I'm going to a place where nothing to do all day. Where we just join hands and, I'll say it like that, and walk around heaven all day. Hey, y'all. So I was listening to the words, of God today. And, before I get started, I want to send a prayer out to all the people of God right now. Because I know right now that there may be a lot going on, while on this tedious journey that we're on, because you already know what time it is. You already know what time it is. It's the messenger of God here. And I wanted to talk to y'all because you know what? When I heard this word reprobate, it stuck to me because you know why? I tried to explain and try to have all the ingredients of what it was to come up with to explain what it was that not only that I have been through in the past, but where a lot of people may still be today. And you will be that way until you get God, okay? Now remind you, people will not only accept you, but they don't even celebrate you until you have on that white tee. Till you got on that whitey, that white tee. They can't wait for you to leave this place just to celebrate you instead of celebrating you while you still here. I remember even making a song like that for my mom. You know what I mean? You know very well who you are. They can't hold you down. Reach for the stars. 'Cause when you're gone, they put your picture on a white tee instead of celebrating you now. Why you trying to live the right way? And I'm just saying, I was inspired by Big. Y'all should know right now that I like Big by now. We have some of the greatest, and Tupac, of course. And it's like the greatest of all time in hip hop. And there's some more people out there, that we know and that we see. But you guys, I wanted to talk to y'all today about something and what y'all should know. Because if you don't have God, you would be a double-minded person. That's like a reprobate mind. Let me explain it. Let me try to break it down. Okay, because I've written something down. And I'm just like this. You know, when I try to explain to you guys about, you know, the lifestyle you living in and how about lust and all that stuff like that, you know, people will become lovers of themselves. But let me explain that to you, because the reprobate, it means like by itself is like somebody who's forever in the darkness, you know, that's still in that, that's going to be stuck in that same mind, in that same mind state. It's just like, you know, how you wake up and it's almost just like seeing like deja vu, you know, like things repeating itself. It's like you're not going nowhere. It's just like being stuck in the wilderness. You see, you don't really see that's how life really is. You see what I'm saying? You're steady trying to get somewhere, but going nowhere. You see what I'm saying? When you don't have God, you can't see further than what you see. You see what I'm saying? You still stuck in that same mind because you ain't went nowhere. You're in that dry place, in that desert place, to where it's just like what the devil paints for you is like a mirage. You see what I'm saying? He's never gonna show you a way out. It's just like you're gonna be in that maze that's just like going around in circles all the time. You know, when I remember when I was telling my mom about this, and she was talking to me, and I was trying to write it down, because you know what, my mom liked to say stuff, and sometimes you got to catch her like when she be saying stuff. You see what I'm saying? Because like I said, I was trying to explain to you all about the lifestyle that you guys are living in. And it's not just for people who is living their life like in that lifestyle, but it's for anybody who don't have the Lord, right? She said, it's like a person who is unstable in all of their ways. Okay. She said, it's like how you're going to believe one side. It's like how you going to believe one side or the other. It's like running from a fox to get to a tiger. I was cracking up. She was just like, how you going to run into a fox just to get to a tiger? Okay, when they both going to eat you up. Okay? When both of them will kill you. Okay? She said, whichever one of them is going to get you first. Okay? It's just like saying, Lord, I'm running, trying to make 100, 99 and a half won't do. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, so you better get that 100 in, because you can't sit up here and be trying to, you know, do stuff. You see what I'm saying? It's either the whole 100 or not. You can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. That's just like you being lukewarm. Okay? I'm telling y'all, man. I'm gonna say something real quick, because I always tell y'all, when y'all have like certain like people out here, like the bishops and the pastors and stuff like that, you got to understand that they're human beings too. You see what I'm saying? And all of us has fallen short of the glory of God. You understand? And y'all don't give nobody time to fall. Y'all so ready to just like write somebody off. You can't wait for them to swivel their head 2 inches to the right or to the left. You see what I'm saying? Instead of praying for somebody. How do you claim to be somebody of the Lord and you not pray for somebody? You see what I'm saying? Ain't none of us greater than anybody. None of us. We barely, those who have made it, barely has made it to where they are now. By the grace of God. Do you understand that? How we are not praying for the bishops and the pastors that we've seen out here that's going through the stuff that they're going through right now. I don't care. It's just like this. If somebody was talking about me, I'm not going to care as long as I keep my mind stayed upon the Lord. Because then they do Jesus the same way. Then they talk about him. Don't you know that like the closer you get to God, the harder the devil tries to make things for you. Okay? Because look at this. When you are a product of the devil, okay, he doesn't care about what you do. You know what I'm saying? Because he already got you. You see what I'm saying? Everybody talks about, look, I wonder sometimes how there is an antichrist and people that believes in the antichrist. But you got to understand this. Don't you understand that you had to know of Jesus Christ to even know who the Antichrist is? Because look, that's a person who knowed or who read about or knew about, but you don't believe in the Bible, but yet you took Antichrist out of there to go against God, but you don't read the Bible before, but you want to go against him. You never seen the devil, right? But you going to turn against God. That's a person who wants to go against the Father and his Son, but yet you don't believe or you don't understand, but yet here you go believing in something that you don't know nothing about either. How do you even know about the devil? You would have never even known about how to even serve the devil or know about him until you read the Bible. But anyways, I don't want to get into any kind of like debate with anybody. I just know that you had to have known of Jesus first. Okay, it's pretty simple to see that God is the creator of all. And when you don't, it's mighty strange how you don't believe the Bible and you say, oh, a bunch of people written this and written the words in the Bible and a bunch of stories and stuff. But God gives us this layout plan in the Bible. Don't you understand that he gives us this Bible right here? So that way it's just like this. It's like a map to our lives. You see what I'm saying? The Bible was inspired. Okay, these writings was God inspired all of these people to write whatever it is that's being said. So that way we will know how to follow him. Okay, that way so we can learn about life and make it to heaven, y'all. I'm just looking at it. You know, I would have never known any of this stuff that I'm reading of the Lord if I didn't read his word, if I didn't know, if I didn't believe. You see what I'm saying? How are you not going to believe seeing all these things that's around you? You telling me, you look at the sky. Who else could have made the sky, created the sky to go across the whole earth like that? How would you even know what a sky was? Okay? How is it how the sun sets in one place and go down in the other, and the moon and the earth and just can sit straight in the air, all these planets just in the midair? How is all the stars up there then? Okay? Ain't no man that sit up there and shut up a bunch of stars into the sky and say, okay, now stay there. Like, come on, y'all. Come on. When are you going to believe? You have to wake up. But yet God said, in the end, you're going to have this reprobate mind. And matter of fact, you already had this reprobate mind until you believe. Now, I wrote down a few things, and I'm going to tell you what I said before I read any part of the Bible, okay? So I was looking at this movie, y'all. And I'm not going to tell you the name of the movie or whatever like that. But it gave me an idea, okay? It brought me to the word today when I was looking at this movie, okay? And so I was looking at how these people were, oh, y'all, it gave me a word. Look, I was looking at how these people were trying to tell this girl on how to deliver her speech. And she was trying to have a speech to be able to stand up there so that way she can be freed, okay? So she can be let go from prison. So she was just like, she was standing up there, and so her friends was just like, well, we're gonna act like we're your I don't know, not really like your audience, or I guess like judges or something, you know, or whatever. So anyways, it was like 3 people or whatever. And so she started talking. She's like, you guys, I'm so nervous. I'm like really, really, really shaking and stuff like that because I'm so nervous on saying what I got to say so she can be released, right? So anyways, she started to speak and say her name and everything like that. And so the girls was just like this, what is your name? And it was like, that don't sound like a name. And then, so she kept trying to speak, and she was like, and my name is this, and I'm 25. 25? You're not really 25. They just kept on interrupting her. You see what I'm saying? She's like, why are you guys doing this? She said, because you're going to have to do, it was just like this. They was like, you're going to have to go through that anyway. Like when you get up there, they're going to grill you, and they're going to talk about you and say everything that they can say and question you and say stuff like that, just to see if you like really ready to be in the world, you know, really, really ready to be let go, to be free. Right. And so anyways, I cut the movie clean off, y'all. I cut it clean off, and I was just like, man, tell me why this gave me a word. And so I wrote down, I said, let people talk about you out loud, in your face or behind your back. Okay. I said, it's just like voices of the seen and the unseen, flesh and spiritual, because you know how people be always talking about you, and I'm just like, that's okay. Just let people talk behind your back. Let people talk to you, in your face, or saying whatever it is that they want to say about you. Okay. As long as you stay focused on God, don't worry about the rest. Okay. I said, but you have to speak through it, think through it, meditate, and pray through it. It's just like, have you ever it's just like this. Have you ever had a lot going on? You see what I'm saying? And it's like this. It's like, there's a lot going on. Just think of like a room full of people, and you got to try to speak over people just so that way you can be heard. You see what I'm saying? It's like, don't worry about what everybody is saying to you, what kind of people is throwing stuff at you, throwing dirt on your name and saying whatever it is about you. You the one that's got to prove that you're innocent. Okay? You the one that's got to speak up for yourself. I'm trying to explain it the way that I saw it when I first saw it. Because when they was talking to her, I'm just like, wow, that gave me a word, how it is like when you are sitting up there, even sometimes when you are trying to understand how it is like for a person who always say like God doesn't speak to them, but yet it's like this. How do you sit up there and do wrong? Like when you do wrong, right? It's just like sometimes some of y'all will sit up there and hear something say, you know what? That's not right. You shouldn't treat her like that. That's not right. You shouldn't treat him like that. But yet you still do wrong. But, inside, you wrong. Inside, you saying like, you know what? Dang, I should have never did that. I should have never said that to him. I should have never said that to her. You can feel that guilt sometimes on the inside of you, even though you don't want to admit it. But because you don't have no cornerstone, no foundation, nothing to stand on, nothing to correct you. You see what I'm saying? That's why you keep making the same mistakes. That's why you keep doing the things that you're doing, because it's just like this. You keep listening to the voice that you shouldn't be listening to. Okay? You don't have nobody to teach you to do the right things, if that makes sense to you. I said, have you ever heard a voice say something before you say it as a confirmation in the word of thought? I said, or how about past tense of the present when a voice echoes the exact word after you say it? I said, it's a confirmation. So let me tell y'all what I was trying to say about that. Look, so this happens a lot of times. I know people teach y'all about synchronicities or whatever, something about the numbers and triple numbers and stuff like that. But let me tell you something. Now, I know this for a fact. I always see these numbers. And it's not even like I just see them like on TV or anything, but I see them everywhere that I go. You know what I mean? I know sometimes I can be like on the road and I can be thinking of a thought and I'll be like, you know what, Lord, and I'll be done prayed about it and stuff to him or whatever. And sometimes I can see the numbers, but they're like leading me the right way, meaning like you're on the right track. You know what I'm saying? You going the right way. You know what I'm saying? The decision that I made was right. But it's not that I just depend on the numbers or look for a sign. But you know what I'm saying? I'm in connection with God, in my contact with him. It's just like, it's almost just as if the angels are celebrating you because, you going the right way. You're doing the right thing. It's just like what you had in mind was right. You see what I'm saying? But have you ever in your whole entire life, y'all, look, I'll sit up here sometimes and whether it's a radio, I don't care if it's a song, I don't care if I'm outside or just anywhere, right? Or even like looking at TV, and have anybody out there ever sat up there and said something, and I'm talking about the very next word, somebody will say it like right after you say it. So I can be like this, hey man, and then somebody say man, or I'll be like this, you know what? God told me to go over there. And then somebody can be something over there. And it's like it'll be like the word that you end up saying last. You'll hear that word, somebody else say that word that you were saying in a sentence. Because I can be like this, you know what? I ain't playing. And then somebody may be like playing. Some playing. They can be talking about, oh yeah, and John, he was playing over there. It's just like the word that you just got done saying, you'll hear it again. I don't know if I'm making sense to y'all, but if y'all ever, dealt with that, that's also another sign too. But it's just like being in connection with what you say. It's just like when you said it, it kind of like echoes, by hearing it again as a confirmation that whatever it is that you're saying is right. So I know they be talking about numbers, but this goes with the word. Okay. Whatever you say, whatever you speak, sometimes you can, if you're on the right path, you'll hear either that same conversation or that same word right after you say it. Even it can be sometimes like, let's say you studying to do a word. Let's say you seeking for a word, or you even looking for something to preach about, or something you're going to talk about, or something like that. And then you might hear somebody say something along that line, or you hear something like the answer to like your prayer, or an answer to what you was looking for. Like you ask God for a sign or something, but yet you'll hear it through somebody else, even though it may not be exactly it, but you will hear something that gives you confirmation that you're going you're on the right path. It was just like this. I didn't know what I was going to say, what I was going to do, but all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, you get confirmation. I just wanted to tell y'all that. Okay, now let's get back to this reprobate mind. Okay, I said you could be so nervous of a speech or a presentation, but you have to speak loud over the voices with power to outhear and concentrate and focus on the narrow path that's in front of you. Even though there are many ways that is coming after you, you are a force to be reckoned with, and the power comes from within. The Holy Spirit will show you the tunnel vision that no one can balance on. Okay, that board. Okay, you know how like sometimes you be on that balance board, or that person with that stick. You know, that person who's walking that tightrope with that stick, okay? And you have to carry, I said you have to carry this, okay, to get to the other side, okay, or to see that light at the end of the tunnel. You see what I'm saying? That light at the end to be able to see through to the other side. Okay? Can you imagine that when you walking that tightrope and you trying to balance with this stick just to get to the other side? That's why you must stay focused, y'all. You have to stay focused, because if you have that reprobate mind, you're going to be forever in the darkness and stuck in that same mind. Okay? It's just like a person when they look in the mirror. Okay? When that person looks in the mirror, right? You see yourself, right? But can you really look yourself in the face and know that you are the person that's doing right? Can you look at yourself and not feel guilty? It's something, it makes me think of that song that Michael Jackson did, because when I hear the words of the man in the mirror, say, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. There's no message could have been any clearer. See, he's telling you, take a look at yourself and make that change, because it's going to start with you. You are your own enemy. It's not really nobody out here in this world, okay, that you're going up against but yourself, because you need to get yourself right in order to make it. So all the time and all the time that you're using to hate on somebody else or to try to do something to somebody else, you're steady going through it. You steady going around in a circle and you're not going nowhere. Okay, that's why I always ask you, what are you trying to do when you get all this money and where you going? Because I said the hunger that you have like this, when you started off, you were just like, yo, I'm doing this for my mom, for my father, for my brother, my sister. I'm trying to get us out of debt. I'm trying to buy us a house. But I say, to go where? Where are you trying to go? Okay? What is it that you're really trying to do? Like, what are you trying to head forward to? You see what I'm saying? When you really learn that there's nowhere to go, then you will realize that you need Jesus in order to see forward. In order to actually look, instead of going in a circle, you would start to begin to see up. You know, you'll be able to, oh God, how can I tell you? You'll be able to see the promised land, okay? Which is like, is way bigger than just a figure of your imagination that the devil wants to paint for you. Like, you would think that you're being promised the world from him, okay? But yet you can see plainly as day how the world is. You can travel and go somewhere and still find trouble. It doesn't, you try to take a vacation to get free, but you're not free. You see what I'm saying? It only lasts for so long. You see, it's not forever, it's temporary. Okay? You still got to wake up. Okay? You still got to realize the reality that you're living in. You see what I'm saying? But heaven lasts always. But yet you don't know about that because you're still stuck in a reprobate mind. Okay? The reason why, look, you are becoming lovers of yourselves and double-minded is because you only see you and you can't even think outside of you. You see what I'm saying? You want to look at everybody the same way you look at yourself. That's why you get mad when you see somebody else, because you look for yourself in other people. People always think, look, people have so many words and so many diagnoses that they want to give you and say, hey man, you narcissistic person, you are this type of person or that type of person. But really, you know what you are? You're not just a victim of yourself, but kind of you are. You see what I'm saying? You looking for somebody to give you a pill for everything. But what you need to realize is that you need Jesus so you can get past these things. Because look, you see everything as right. When you're a narcissistic person, you think everything you say is right. It's not that you're just an alpha male. It's not that you want to be in control all the time. It's you want to be in control of you. You see what I'm saying? But yet you haven't given yourself to God. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how to get past you. You think you're doing everything right because you're in that reprobate mind, baby. You're double-minded. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help whoever that's for out there. But let's get on to it. Let's get on to it. They will tell you it's some type of something that's wrong with you. But really what it is I'm telling you, y'all, Jesus is the bigger pill that you need. You need Jesus, okay? To be able to heal you, you have to have him. He has to be the one to release you. You understand? He has to be the one to turn you away from the way that you're thinking. You see what I'm saying? How do you think that you look at the same sex and you fall for it or you like it? Because you're double-minded. You see that person as you, and then therefore you are becoming the lovers of yourself because you're seeing yourself in that other person as you. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. And it's just like this. If you don't have control over your mind and give your mind to the Lord so he can break you and free you from those things, then therefore other things start happening in the sin that you're living in. That's when lust opens up. That's when greed opens up. That's when like all of these stuff start happening, y'all. Okay? But anyways, look. We all have a reprobate mind until Jesus changes us, okay? You look at someone the same as you. You can't love something that's different from you if you're stuck in that same mind. Do you understand that? If you're stuck in that same mind, you can't see different. What you think that's beautiful is not really beautiful. See, you use your eyes, and the only thing that you can see is what the devil puts in front of you. That's what you think that's beautiful. That's exactly how he tricked Eve. You see what I'm saying? He thought he made something beautiful look good enough to eat. You know, he thought he made something. He said something that was so spectacular to her that she ate it up. You see, ate up everything he put in front of her. You see what I'm saying? He can always paint this mirage, like this pretty picture to you. It's like somebody who gives you empty promises. You know what I'm saying? Promise you everything. Of course he'll promise you the world. That's all he has. Okay? But he doesn't have anything. Okay? Look, anti means oppose to, against. Someone who denies the Father and the Son. He's a marker, a mocker, an imitator, a copier, a copycat. Trying to be something. It's just like a person that's trying to be something that they're not. You see what I'm saying? It's just like this, y'all. It's just like a hologram. Okay, I remember when my mom said that. It's just like a hologram, okay? You can walk right through it. Y'all, it's not even there. Things is not as though they were. This is what's going to happen in these last days, y'all. I'm trying to tell you this for a reason. Because we are living in these last days. And if y'all don't understand this right now, you're going to be left behind. Okay? If God is omnipresent, can you imagine a big old eye right now is sitting up there looking at you? You see, I'm just one of Jesus' eyes. Just sitting up, I'm just saying, and you know he can look, he can see you with both eyes. Just imagine him just looking at you. If he's omnipresent and everywhere, he's looking at you right now. He can see from one end to the other end of the earth. He sees everything. Why the devil is seeking whom he can devour. Getting tired. Because you know what? He only looks for the Christians to turn them on. He only wants to turn the Christians around. Antichrist. He wants to take the Christ. He wants to take that away from us because he got taken away. You see what I'm saying? He wants, it's like misery loves company, y'all. I want to explain it so much better, but I'm trying to tell y'all. Okay? It's just like this, y'all. They all is listening to one thing. It's like having a hardened heart, just like Pharaoh. Okay? I said, in the end, 2 Thessalonians 2:3 said, God said that there will be a great falling away, right? I said, you're going to fall for everything. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna fall for everything, okay? That you can see instead of that you can't see. That's why it's easy for you to follow the Antichrist. Because remind you, y'all, God said that God said that there's gonna be all kind of magicians and sorcerers and all kind of the people doing miracles and stuff like that. But how can you tell the difference with your reprobate mind? How can you tell the difference between what's right and what's wrong? You see what I'm saying? You won't be able to tell between if you don't have Jesus Christ to show you. Do you see what I'm saying? You're just going to be trapped, y'all. Look, I'm going to read this for y'all real quick. And it's just a little bit okay, wait, let me finish reading what I wrote down. Okay, I said that's why God is omnipresent. He's omnipresent. Remember when I be telling y'all that? Because he does all his work when you can't see it. So look, isn't it like this? People love to be seen, you know? They love to be, man, I'm telling you, people love to be seen, man. They love to be all loud. Haven't you ever heard people that be trying to be loud and you can be somewhere like either in the store or the clothing store or somewhere you trying to get something and it's just like, even if it's one of your friends, like they be so embarrassing or trying to embarrass you, be, hey, yo, or on the bus or the trolley or wherever you at, somebody's always being like way too loud and you be like, dang, man, I shouldn't have came with her. I should have came with him. Man, they always been loud and they be trying to embarrass you. Even if it's family members, you be like, bro, do you have to be that loud, bro? Like for real. Like you really gotta be that loud? Like you really gotta be that loud. Like, can you just bump it down like just like a few notches? Like, why you gotta be like all up in the sky with your voice like that? Like, chill out. Like, we hear you. Like, everybody hear you. But why you gotta make it to where everybody wants to hear you? You see what I'm saying? Like, what's going on with that? It's always somebody that's doing that, even like in a group of your friends or like y'all's kicking it or whatever. And somebody's always just out of turn, huh? Just reckless, y'all. Just reckless. And you be like, what is going on? Y'all, I'm telling you, it's like the devil always wants to be seen. He always want to be seen. He always want to be known for the things that he done or he do because he wants to be acknowledged like for everything. I remember when God in the Bible, he was saying like the Pharisees wanted him to do some type of like Miracles, so they'll know. He said, I ain't got to do nothing. I'm not doing anything at all. Like, I'm finna go. I'm finna get on this boat and I'm finna bounce. Like, I'm finna go. But ain't that something how we sit up here? And it's the unseen. Okay, y'all, look at this. That's why I said God is omnipresent, because he does his work when you can't see it. He said, you won't see me when I'm coming because I'm nowhere. I'm everywhere. Okay, so imagine that if God is nowhere but everywhere, that's why he said, I'm going to come like a thief in the night, because he's already here. He already knows everything. He knows when you off your toes. He knows when you're not ready. Do you understand? That's why you got to stay ready. All y'all be sitting up there acting like y'all tough and y'all bad and stuff like that or whatever. I'm going to hold it down, son. I'm holding it down. I'm holding it down. You know what I'm saying? I got all of this. Yo, fam, I'm holding it down. And y'all already, I'm 10 toes down. Yo, you're not 10 toes down. For real. It's going to be a time where you are not going to be ready. It's going to be a time where you're going to be slipping. I'm telling you, there's going to be a time right when you rolling up and lighting up. I'm telling you, it's going to be a time when you say, look, let's say all of this time, you've been good, right? You've been doing your thing. You said, you know what? Hold on. Your Conrex is everything. Hold up, y'all. Got to keep these coolers on point. All right. So anyways, it's going to be a time when you're going to be like this. Look, you're going to be like this. Look, you've been clean all this time. You ain't been messing with nobody in a minute, right? And then all of a sudden, right when you thought you was like, you finna give in, you gonna mess up. I'm telling you. And it might be the person that you think that is so clean, that appear to you that you like, you know what, this is the one right here. I'm trying to tell y'all the truth, y'all. I'm telling you. Because Delilah will appear to you as if she is everything or he is everything. I'm telling you. You're going to be like, this is it. I've been waiting for this my whole life. And right when you get ready to give in, God comes back. And it doesn't have to just be like the rapture or him coming back, busting through. But I'm talking about, what if you get called home in your sin? Don't get called home in your sins, man. Don't let that be your last hit, your last drink. You see what I'm trying to say? Don't let that be your last ride. You see what I'm saying? Don't be riding in the passenger side of your best friend ride. No. But I'm being serious. Like, don't let that be the last hookup. Don't let that be the last time you go to the club, or, you know, you go to this house party, or you go to this club, you know, somebody have this little private party and you end up going to this club like that, and there's a shootout. Like, everything was innocent you was doing. But what if somebody else go crazy? Because we living in these last days, people are doing every and anything. There's no love out here. I'm telling you, there's no love at all. If you do not believe me, take a look around. Look on every media, every news site, and you'll see there's no love out here, y'all. Y'all that's looking for love, you're looking for in all the wrong places. You better get connected with God. Because I'm telling you, anybody else is going to leave you in the wind. Okay? So, anyways, let me jump over here to where I was at today that brought me here. And it's the coming apostasy. I told you I was looking at that reprobate mind. It's 2 Timothy 3:8. But let me read to y'all some of this stuff right here. Okay, 2 Timothy chapter 3. It's only going to be a little bit, all right? So look, it says here, but understand this. This is the King James Amplified, so y'all can understand. But understand this, that in the last days will come set in perilous times of great stress and trouble. Okay, how many of y'all out there right now have been like dealing with being stressed out, being in trouble, either being in trouble or like being around trouble or anything, or you know, you're just being caught up in stuff that you shouldn't even be caught up in, or your name should even be in. It's because we living in these times that God said that we're going to be living in. But that's why you have to keep praying, y'all. Even though it's a mess that, let's say this, it could be some mess that you know that you didn't do. Okay? But because you're caught up in it, if God sent you if God sent you in as a sheep in the midst of wolves, know what your assignment was. If God gave you an assignment to reach people in a way that maybe nobody else could have done that, because you know what, sometimes it's like that. And I know this from a personal experience, okay? Sometimes your assignment may not be the same assignment as everybody else, but then you got other people out here that don't understand you. You see what I'm saying? They be like, man, why is that person over there with this person? Why is this person hanging out with sinners? But look at Jesus when he was with Zacchaeus, right? You see what I'm saying? Jesus always went around all of these sinners because it's just like this. How would a doctor have a job if he doesn't have no patients? Y'all want him to just stay around the people who already know him, who already got him, but yet he wants to go around the people that he can save. You see what I'm saying? Your job is to save the people who are lost. Okay? And if you are of God, you speak that word and you stand firm and strong on it. Okay? Don't worry about what nobody else say about you. Do what you got to do. You talking about why people's over here doing this and going into this deep of a den with these people who don't believe in God. But who was going to do it? Who was going to be the one to go in the middle of the fire and say, you know what? Just like the three Hebrew boys stood in the midst of that fire and they saw a fourth person. They saw Jesus Christ. Because you know what? It's been times where God has me in the midst of wolves, in a den of lions. But then he can lay down all of these lions and lock their jaws just so they can hear the word of God. You see what I'm saying? Maybe sometimes these people don't have no one that can tell them about Jesus, or how would somebody actually know the truth? If he gives it to you, you're supposed to go right away and go ahead and do what God told you to do, no matter what it looks like. You see what I'm saying? No matter what nobody thinks about you. Okay, you just have to be obedient. So here it goes. It says, but understand this, that in the last days will come, set in perilous times of great stress and trouble, hard to deal with and hard to bear. Do you hear this? For people will be, look, lovers of self and utterly self-centered, lovers of money, aroused by inordinate, greedy desires for wealth, proud and arrogant. Do you hear this? He's telling you this. Self-centered, lovers of money, and aroused by inordinate, greedy desires for wealth, proud and arrogant and contemptuous, boasters. You know, people that's got their chest poked out, hungry for money. And I'd be like this, why are you that thirsty for money? Why are you that hungry for money? You know, I know we need money to pay for food and to get stuff done. But like, if you already got money to do all this, then what is your mission? Like, where are we mobbing to? What is your actual mission? Where are you trying to go? You see what I'm saying? Where is your destination at? You see what I'm saying? You really don't have nowhere to go, man. You know that. But then you sit up here and act like let's just go. They will be abusive. Listen to that. Blasphemous, scoffing, disobedient to parents, ungrateful, unholy, and profane. Y'all, I've seen this everywhere. I be seeing kids, you know, disrespecting their dads, their moms, you know what I'm saying, calling them out their names. Some of them may even flick their parents out. Y'all know back in the day, if you ever disrespect your parents, boy, if they didn't knock a hole in you, I bet you wouldn't have no teeth in your mouth. You see what I'm saying? You know good and well you could even... You remember back in the day how parents was like when they tell you stop crying and you still got that cry that be on inside. You be like, and you be like, wait, what do you say? You be like, and you try to hold it in real strong. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You better not let no tear come down your eye. I don't want to hear no sound. You better hush. When we go in the store, you better make sure you stand right by my side. If you have parents, you didn't even have to tell your kid to run. You will not find your kid down aisle number 4. You'll turn around and say, oh, that's right. And you know you better be right here. If you ain't holding on to me, holding on to my shirt, hold my shirt, hold my leg, hold my shirt or something, you better not let go. You see what I'm saying? We didn't have to put them little string ties around your wrist and make sure you get pulled somewhere. No, you're going to stand right here, right beside me, and you're not going to move. Okay? We had those parents back then that, kids you would listen to, but now kids ain't listen to nothing nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Kids is calling on you now. 2 years old. Got the phone out like, hello. You feel me? Okay. Let's go. It also says this will happen. Okay. In the end, there will be without natural human affection, callous and inhuman. Do you understand that? People that don't have affections no more. No affections at all? Like that means they ain't gonna care nothing about what's going on, what they doing to you. They just gonna be like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So what? Do it. You know, some of these church members out here, they know when they be holding that circle and they want to shout and step on your foot with that heel. You know, I even be seeing some of these people. Did you know they be making up? I seen these girls sitting up here and making up like they doing a walk. You know, for when they get in the Holy Spirit, like when they start shouting, they sit up there, you know, doing they little jumping thing. I said, wait, who's in coordination? Like, who made this up, yo, to shout like this, like together? Like, I mean, in the same, I ain't never seen nobody shout the same way together, like they out here doing and stepping in the name of love. Like, how do you do that in the spirit? That is not the spirit of God. I don't know where that comes from. But anyways, I do know where it comes from. But y'all better get that together, because don't be faking, okay? But anywho, people out here without a care in the world, it starts in the church. Y'all better understand. Y'all better stop playing with God. You know, there will be without natural human affection, callous and inhuman. Relentless, y'all. Y'all know what relentless mean? Relentless. Y'all. I know y'all remember that song. Some of y'all out there remember that song they came up with? Relentless. If y'all lived over there, you already know what I'm talking about. Everybody was trying to do Relentless. I couldn't believe that. You know, but anyways, those who out there know what I'm talking about. If you're watching right now, tell me that y'all remember that Relentless thing. That's so funny. Anywho, back to the word. I don't want to get sidetracked. Admitting of no truth or appeasement. They will be slanderers. Look at this, y'all. False accusers. Just making up stuff on people. You know what I'm saying? Just to get you to go over there, y'all, with quick feet. You see what I'm saying? Look, be like this. Hey, man, I heard that old dude was talking about you, man. You gonna go out like that? You just gonna let him, you know, be pumping y'all up. You know how people, so you just gonna talk to him like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm your mans. You know what I'm saying? You just gonna let him talk about you like that? Y'all, let me go off the strength real quick. Y'all with this hip hop beef. Y'all, come on. Y'all got to stop all of that, yo. Stop it right now with this beef. You know, every time there's a hip hop beef, somebody always dies. Nobody no more is just keep this on the wax, like on record, like where, you know, you can see who's the best, you know, rapper, who can make up the best song. You know, it's always somebody who's gonna get like two antsy pants. You see what I'm saying? And half of the time it be the hype man. It be the person who rolls with you get more madder than you are. When you be like, this is just a song. Some of this stuff I'd be like, man, I ain't gonna say nothing to that. You see what I'm saying? But then y'all be getting y'all feelings. It ain't like how it used to be, like when you can make a rap song and then we see who got the best lyrics. People don't even do that no more. Like, y'all gotta be careful though, okay? Because I see that there is a lot of great people in that beef, in this rap beef. And just to think, to lose one of y'all is crazy. So I wish y'all would think twice about this, because you know why? It might not even be you that may be the person who may want the funk or may want to do something to somebody, but it could be somebody around you that may end up getting you hurt. You see what I'm saying? So y'all be careful of that, man. Because I you know, this ain't going to turn out nice. It ain't going to turn out right. So be careful of this hip hop beef and stuff like that, because they always want to turn us against each other. And we don't need that. You know what I'm saying? Let your talent speak for itself, and don't get into nothing else. You know what I mean? Just y'all be careful. Because it's always trying to take each other out. I always see one of us get taken away, but just y'all be careful with that. All right. That's all I'm going to say about that. Because I see it. I see it getting out of control. And somebody from the outside is going to try to have somebody do something stupid. You know what I'm saying? It always come when you dropping records and albums and songs and stuff like that. And then people want you to get out of control and out of line. Y'all gotta realize this. But how you going to do that if you got that reprobate mind? Dang, I was loud. But anyways, it's the truth, y'all. All right, let's go. Slanderous, false accuser, troublemakers. Look. Intemperate and loose in morals. Look at that. Intemperate, like you can't even control yourself. You be loose in morals and conduct, uncontrolled and furious haters of good. You see that? Furious and haters of good. Like, Don't you understand? You gonna sit up there because you don't believe. You gonna think everything that somebody else is doing that's good. You gonna see it as it being wrong. You gonna be like this. You know what? I can't stand them because they just think they all just wearing white gloves like they don't do anything wrong. And we all have fallen short of the glory of God. But let me tell you something. When you have God, at least you can sit up here and be born again if you believe. You see what I'm saying? So that way he can wipe away those sins that you have. You know what I'm saying? It always feels good to get everything off your chest and be made over again. So you don't have to keep reliving that same life, that same past that, you're supposed to break that generational curse that's over you. So that way when you pass it on, you can stop these things from going any further. Okay? All right, let's keep going. All right. Let's not make it too long, but let's keep going. There will be treacherous, betrayers, rash, and inflated with self-conceit. Like they will be lovers of sensual pleasures and vain amusement rather than lovers of God. You know what I'm saying? It's just like people who be sitting up here flossing and prepping themselves and stuff like that. Like, trying to do too much. You can look good and everything, but you don't have to overdo it. Just know it. But be humble. Do y'all know how to be humble? Humble yourself. Like, calm down, man. Just get out of it. Get off yourself, y'all. You can look. How do you don't look? God created us. And we look good in our own entire special way. We all are beautiful out here. But it starts from the inside, all right? Beauty starts from the inside out, okay? So stop trying to make people believe that you're a good person when you need to start showing that, okay? Because you can look like a good person all you want, but look, your action speaks louder than words, okay? All that is coming off of you, and we see that. We smell that. That's why I be telling you, don't be coming up to me, hey, babe. You know what I mean? We smell that coming right off the top of your top lip, and you want to like try to kiss somebody. You done been all up and doing all this kind of stuff. People know. People know when you do wrong, like when you be doing stuff like that, and then you want to try to come home and then the first thing you want to go and do, you know what I'm saying? You want to go take a shower. You see what I'm saying? You're trying to cover up that funky. You can't cover up that funky mess. We know. We know. We know when we smell that. Okay? Because it be like that little funky, little tainted, that little stanky little smell. We know you can't wash that away. And then sometimes you probably so used to it, you probably don't even know it's still there. It stink. Stop doing that, yo. Stop doing that. Don't nobody want that. Okay? You up there flinging around with your little tail and stuff like that, doing that and gonna slide right into a hot pocket. Don't nobody want that, yo. I'm trying to tell you. That's why, like, right now, I just be like, I ain't, no. You better come with Jesus written on your face. I mean, not like that, but you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm okay. I'm good, man. I'd rather work on my relationship with God so he can show me the right person to be with, because all that little funky mess, I can't do. And I'm not saying nobody is perfect or anything like that. All I'm saying is just like, man, all that game plan, this is trying to play games, is for the birds. It's over. Stop. It's not cute no more. And girls, the same way with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all sitting up there lying through your teeth and then sit up there and been with 4 or 5 dudes maybe in the same day. Man, what's going on with that? Your little tail ain't worn out. Stop it. It's not cute. You trying to show people that, you know what I'm saying, that that you strong. That's the wrong way of showing that you're a strong woman. That is loose than a goose. Don't get me started. Okay? Because I'm being serious right now. That is bad. I don't know if nobody's going to tell y'all, but I'm going to tell you the truth. Sit down somewhere and stop getting out of control. Okay? You need to sit up there and be a young man and be a young lady. I don't care how old you are. Control yourself. You need to control yourself. Stop trying to walk by the pulpit. Stop trying to sit up here and when you come to church, trying to show your little bosoms and stuff like that, or men trying to come up here and you trying to, put on something and look. You ain't even there for the word. You trying to catch them, man. I'm finna go to church Sunday because you know what? I already know who's gonna be up in there on Sunday. I'm finna give me one of these girls up in. Oh my goodness, no one's hearing the word no more. That's why it's only going to be a faithful few, because nobody is really listening to the word of God no more for understanding, to really actually have a relationship with him. That's why you have to do this by yourself, y'all. You're going to have to get that relationship with him by yourself. I'm telling you, because if you don't, you're going to be misled. All right. It also says right here, it says, verse 5 says, for although they hold a form of piety, true religion, they belies the genuineness of their profession. Okay. It says they deny and reject and are strangers to the power of it. It's just like having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. It's like this. It says their conduct belies the genuineness of their profession. Avoid all such people and turn away from them. It's just like somebody being two-faced, pretending to be something that they're not. Okay. It's like a cover-up, a wolves in sheep's clothing. You see what I'm saying? You got to watch it, man. You got to watch out for people like this. But then y'all sit up there and say, I sure wish somebody could have taught me the game. I sure wish somebody could have told me how to get through this. I sure wish somebody told me this so I wouldn't make the same mistake or pick the wrong man or pick the wrong woman. But then when the truth comes before you and it's revealed in your face and somebody tells you these things, you're going to deny it. You're going to say, oh, no, I love him. I can't let him go. You know, even though he hit me and stuff like that, I know he did it because he was mad. You know, I know she did it because she was just going through it right now. You can't let her hit you. I don't care, you know, even though she is a woman. She shouldn't put her hands on you just like you shouldn't put your hands on her. Okay, that is not love, y'all. I'm telling you right now. Now, look, it says, verse 6 says, for among them are those who worm. Listen to this. Verse 6, y'all. For among them are those who worm their way into homes and captivate silly and weak-natured and spiritually dwarfed women. You see that? Spiritually dwarfed women. That's just like a person who's being naive, loaded down with the burden of their sins and easily swayed and led by various evil desires and seductive impulsive. It's just like, man, you getting tricked out of your drawers, girl. You see what I'm saying? It's just like this, man. You don't really have God like you say you have God. Okay, you got somebody sitting up here trying to talk you. It's like somebody talking you a good game, right? But you actually listening. You see what I'm saying? Somebody trying. It's just like, you know how. It's just like how a pimp be to a hoe, right? So what he trying to do is just like this. He sits up there and he talks to you first. And then when he's talking to you, the first thing he's trying to do is get you to listen. So now that he's got your interest and you're listening to him, now once you're listening to him, he wants you to tell him about you. You know, if you notice, he don't really say too much about himself, but he wants to hear about you. So then when you tell him about you, now he can capitalize on your weaknesses. So that way he can use that as power to go against you. You see what I'm saying? So then once he have the control and the power over you, now here it is that you thinking that he's saying all the right words, but you really don't know that you told him all about you to begin with. You see what I'm saying? So now that he knows about you, now he's going to try to wiggle his way in. And once he gets you to believe him for the first 3 months or first couple of months, because you know how it is the first 2 or 3 months, you know, if he can't slide in, I'm telling you, he's going to try to get you, you know, matter of fact, maybe that first night. You see what I'm saying? But you don't care about yourself. You see what I'm saying? It's just like I said, you're naive, but you're kind of like weak because you don't, I don't want to say like you're a weak woman, but you don't know your value. You don't know the value of you. You see what I'm saying? You've been so long without it and without a good man or without, it's just like you're desperate. You see what I'm saying? It's just like you don't have the spirit of God to keep you. You broken your vows with God just for a second. And because you let go for that moment, you know, that's how the devil was able to come up in there and worm his way in and sweet talk you and get you to listen to him and break you down, because then you came from being somebody who was supposed to be a companion and someone that you can trust into somebody you'll do anything for. And now since he done build you up, he only build you up to let you down, to show you that you weren't the woman that you think that you were. He wanted you to see that I got you. And once he talk you out of that, you'll do anything for him. Because he's going to show you like this. He's going to say, you know what? Now that I'm going through this and I'm going through that, you telling me you're not going to help me out? You telling me you said that you'll do anything for me, you'll be there for me. So you telling me you can't just do this for me? You can't just go over here and take care of this for me real quick till it's going to turn to something else, to something else, to something else, until now you're doing something that you never thought that you would ever do. You got to understand, y'all. I want y'all to, y'all got to be careful, because it's not only just guys doing this. Women is doing this too. Y'all want to have these side parties with these women. Y'all want to go to these after parties and they call y'all to these hotel rooms, or they call you to come over to their crib afterwards. But then they setting you up. Okay, you thinking you finna lay down with them, and there's going to be about 10 or 20 guys that are waiting for you to come so they can take it from you. You know, take anything, you know, whether it's your manhood, whether it's your money, your cause, or whatever like that. But there's women setting you guys up too. And it's sad that you guys don't see this. But in this time right now, there's people that don't care no more, okay? They don't care at all. There's no love out here. Y'all got to pay attention, all right? Now, I love y'all, and I'm telling y'all this because I'm telling you this is happening right now. And you got to pay attention to this and watch your kids, okay? Who you let your kids be around with, who your kids is learning things from too, okay? Who you let your kids go over and spend the night with and stay at their house, because people be messing with people's kids nowadays. Y'all got to realize that. Y'all got to question your kids, talk to your kids. Don't let your kids out your sight. Don't let your kids be down here playing at such and such house, not alone leaving them at somebody's house, that not knowing that somebody could be in there touching your kids or doing anything. Okay? That goes from friends to family to I'm telling you right now in these last days, people will do anything. So that for whoever that was, that's for whoever that was. Verse 7 said, these weak women will listen to anybody, look, who will teach them. They are forever inquiring and getting information, but are never able to arrive at a recognition and knowledge of the truth. That's so sad, y'all. Not just as Janies, I think it's Janes and Jambres, who were hostile to and resisted Moses. And I want y'all to know those people, because neither of these men is mentioned in the Old Testament, but according to Jewish tradition, they were Egyptian court magicians who opposed Moses. So if y'all don't remember that, go over here to, it says Exodus 7 and 11. You know, I don't know. I know it's going on an hour. I'm always over time. But it be stuff that I want y'all to know. That's why. I don't think about the time. I just be thinking about what y'all need to know. Now, y'all go to Exodus chapter 7 and y'all read from, man, y'all can start at the beginning of that, because it tells y'all about Moses and stuff like that. But isn't that back in the day, y'all, when they told you the story of Moses and stuff like that going to Pharaoh? I promise you, y'all, I ain't never seen no video or people even mention Aaron. That was sad. You know, a lot of the videos, or a lot of the stories that I heard. I don't know about the story that was made in now times, but the stories that I heard back then, I never knew about an Aaron. I always heard about Moses going to go throw down the rod and, you know, and turn the water into blood. But I never had heard of Aaron, y'all, until I started getting to know God for myself. I said, why didn't nobody tell me about Aaron? He's like a big part of this too. You see what I'm saying? So the Lord said to Moses, it's Exodus chapter 7. Let's start at verse 1, but I'm going to talk to y'all about what I'm trying to get to. At okay, let's go to verse 11. It says, then Pharaoh called for the wise men skilled in magic and divination, and the sorcerers, the wizards and jugglers, and they also, these magicians of Egypt, did similar things with their enchantments and secret arts. Verse 12 says, for they cast down every man his rod, and they became serpents. But Aaron's rod swallowed up their rods. But Pharaoh's heart was hardened and stubborn, and he would not listen to them, just as the Lord said. Now, ain't that something? I'm going to stop right there, but y'all go read Exodus chapter 7, y'all. Okay? But isn't that something? Because, look, What they didn't realize is this. See, this is what the devil's going to do in the end anyway. The devil always trying to put up what he can do against God. So therefore, look at Pharaoh. He had his magicians and stuff to sit up here and do the same thing that Aaron did. And he had them to cast down their rods right on the ground. And they turned into serpents too. But God had this story to show that even though they throw their rods down on the floor and they turn into serpents, that Aaron's swallowed up all the rest of the serpents, okay? Because he is the greater God. You know what I'm saying? I know he used the serpent into this, but he wanted to show you, like, you know what? The devil has no power. You see what I'm saying? He had power over all of them. Even though he created him, he's showing you that I had all power. You see what I'm saying? So he was just like this, man. My little magicians and sorcerers can do just like you. But what he's saying, he said, you know what? But one thing you forgot, I created them. I'm the one who has all power. So even though you think that you can do this and do that and do this and do that, I'm the creator. So therefore, I have all power in my hand. So that's why his serpent swallowed up all the rest of them. You see what I'm saying? All right, let's keep on going. Now, it says, okay, now just says Janies, because I just wanted y'all to know that that these people that was in here, who they were, because they didn't talk about them, that these mans was Egyptians, you know, who opposed against Moses. I was just letting y'all know these are the name of these people in verse 8. Janies and Jambres were hostile to and resisted Moses. They resisted him. So these men also are hostile to oppose the truth. See, because remember he said they was going to have a hard and hot. They have, it's just like if people that are stone-faced, you know, they, even when it's like this, even when the truth is right in their face, even though the truth be right in their face, it's just like, it's just like this. They don't even care. You know, stone-faced is somebody who just like, they don't even change their look. They just like, no matter what you're saying, it's like, it's not even getting to them, y'all. So look, so these men are hostile and opposed to the truth. They have deprived and distorted minds and are reprobate and counterfeit and to be rejected as far as faith is concerned. But they will not get very far, for their rash folly will become obvious to everybody, as was that of those magicians mentioned. Now you have closely observed and diligently followed my teachings, conduct, purpose in life, faith, patient, love, steadfastness. This is the defense of faith. I'm going into verse 11 now, okay? But I wanted y'all to know about the reprobate mind, all right? So I'm going to stop right there. But let me get down here to chapter 4. I wasn't going to go here, but hey, y'all, just real quick, okay? Another little thing. I know I gave y'all everything, but, you know, y'all go and read 2 Timothy chapter 3, 1 through 9. Okay, it talks about the reprobate mind in verse 8, okay? But let me read chapter 4 and just this little bit of this, because I saw this too, and I was just like, oh my goodness, y'all. You have to know about this, all right? It says here, I charge you in the presence of God of Christ Jesus, who is to judge the living and the dead, and in the light of his coming and his kingdom. Herald and preach the word. You see that, verse 2? Keep your sense of urgency. Stand by. Be at hand and ready, whether the opportunity seems to be favorable or unfavorable, whether it's convenient or inconvenient, whether it's welcome or unwelcome. You as a preacher of the word are to show people in the way their lives are wrong. See, you're supposed to show that. Look, y'all, let me finish reading this. I'll explain. And convince them, rebuking and correcting, warning and urging and encouraging them, being unflagging. That means just being bold, like no holds bars. You feel me? Being unflagging and inexhaustible in patience and teaching. In patience and teaching. Look, y'all, when God gives you a word, don't you know a lot of times it's going to look, when you are a person of God, a lot of times it's going to always seem like, you know what, now is not the right time. You know what? Nah, I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to do this. I'm telling you, every time is not going to be the right time, but it is the right time. Because look, when you don't say the things that God gives you to say, I'm telling you right now, you're going to miss out. And what you're missing out on is your blessing. Because somebody out there that you don't know needed to hear this. Somebody out there, I'm telling you right now, could be on the verge of suicide. Somebody out there right now could be on the verge of just like, you know what, they want to give up. And you know what? That's who you caring that the message reach. Somebody out there right now is just like on their last leg, man. Somebody out there is saying, you know what? This person, somebody didn't believe in me. You know what? Somebody out there right now saying, somebody don't care about me, man. Somebody's out there saying, you know what? Man, you know what? If only I had somebody, I'm just trying to tell you. So look, don't worry about trying to be perfect. Don't worry about trying to find the perfect words to say. Say whatever it is that God has given you to say. Because what he gave you to say, he didn't give nobody else to say. All right? Now, I love y'all out there. If nobody told you that you're beautiful today, remember that you are just the way that you are. All right? And I love y'all. Man, I love y'all, right? I love y'all so much. And I try to give y'all everything that I can because you know what? You know, who else is going to do it? You know what I mean? Always know that if God gave it to you, you be obedient. All right? Later.